Marcus Hale stood at the edge of his land just before sunrise, boots planted in the dust he'd walked his whole life. The ranch stretched wide, in front of him fences straight, cattle calm, barns solid. Everything here had been built by his hands. His strength, his grit, and his silence. Folks in Red Willow respected Marcus. They called him sharp, capable, a man who never wasted words. What they didn't know, what no one knew, was that Marcus couldn't read. Not truly. Letters were shapes without meaning. Words tangled messes he'd learned to avoid with careful excuses and practiced confidence. He signed documents with an X. He memorized numbers instead of reading ledgers, and he prayed no one ever noticed. But the ranch was growing. Too fast, bills piled up. Letters from the bank went unopened. Mistakes crept in small ones at first, then dangerous ones. When the banker finally visited and gently suggested Marcus hire someone to manage the books, Marcus felt his pride crack like dry wood. That was how Andrea Whitmore arrived. She stepped off the stagecoach, one warm afternoon, sunlight catching in her dark hair. She carried herself with quiet assurance, not flashy, not timid. Her dress was practical, her eyes sharp and observant. "I'm Andrea Whitmore," she said, offering her hand. "I was told you needed help managing your accounts." Marcus hesitated only a second before shaking her hand. "That's right." Her grip was steady, honest. Andrea wasted no time. She asked where to work, where the records were kept, and what Marcus expected from her. He answered carefully, choosing words the same way he always did. Over the next few days, Andrea brought order into Marcus's chaos. Papers were sorted, numbers balanced. She worked with calm focus, never making him feel rushed or ignorant. Still, every time she handed him a document, his chest tightened. "Take a look when you have time," she'd say. "I trust you," he'd reply, eyes already turning away. Andrea noticed. She noticed everything. She noticed how Marcus never read signs aloud, how he relied on memory instead of notes, how he avoided written instructions like a man skirting the edge of a cliff. One evening, she found him alone in the barn, mending a broken strap. The smell of leather and hay filled the air. "You've built something impressive here," she said. Marcus shrugged. "Did what needed doing. If you want to hear the full story, click the title below."